So a little while ago I passed the Missouri River and I was thinking about the fact that the Dakota Access Pipeline, if it's allowed to go through, is going to affect not just the Indian Reservation, of course, but all the areas down south of the reservation. So I crossed the Missouri River like near some little town named McLaughlin or something like that. And you know, I'm like maybe an hour outside of Pierre, South Dakota, and you know, you think about all of these towns. The Missouri River, it flows down into the Mississippi River, and the Mississippi River flows all the way down to New Orleans. So what happens if there's an oil spill in a river like that? What happens? Well, obviously what happens is the oil gets carried way faster than they could ever begin to contain it. So it poisons, you know, potentially 1,000 miles of river. You know, it poisons the river is what it does. You think about how delicate an ecosystem is, and some of my ex-students out there, you know what I'm talking about. You introduce oil into that ecosystem, just raw oil, and what happens to it? You collapse just one part of the ecosystem and you collapse the whole system. You destroy it. So you make it so that the, you know, the soil can't, going past a cop. The soil can't support life, and the plants die. The water's no longer oxygenated. The fish die. I mean, everything just collapses. So here's an example. Just about a month ago, Sunoco Oil, who, by the way, just bought the Dakota Access Pipeline, has one of the worst records of spills in the United States. And about a month ago, they had a spill where 55,000 gallons were reported spilled. Who knows how many really were spilled, but 55,000 gallons were reported spilled in the Susquehanna River in Pennsylvania. Okay, the Susquehanna River is like a famous historic river, a beautiful river. And 55,000 gallons of, not oil, but gasoline was spilled into the river. Now, if you ever want to kill a bunch of living things fast, just pour gasoline on them and they'll die. Okay? So 55,000 gallons reported of gasoline spilled into the river and flowing down. What did they say? They said, well, fortunately it's gasoline. It'll evaporate. Most of it will evaporate. Alright, so think about this. Your car has a venting system for gasoline fumes, okay? And it basically, what it does is it only lets out a certain amount of fumes at a time, or it tries to contain them altogether. You know, but basically, it's a fume control system, so the gasoline is not freely vented into the environment, okay? Your car has a gasoline capacity of maybe 20 gallons, and you have this system that, by the way, has to work in order for your car to pass inspection, as I found out myself this last year. You have this system to monitor and to control the fumes, okay? And what does Sunoco say? 55,000 gallons of gasoline and it'll evaporate. So in other words, it'll become fumes in the environment, okay? That which does not get absorbed somewhere into the chain or into soil or, you know, whatever. It's going to eventually evaporate. And 55,000 plus gallons of gasoline fumes exist. What is wrong with this picture? What is wrong with this picture? Okay, why are we completing billion-dollar pipelines and putting pennies into research, into geothermal, into solar, into wind energy? Why are we putting pennies into these sustainable cultures when we continually invest in things that we cannot continue to support long term? We are literally destroying our planet, and we're just making it happen. We're just letting it go on and on and on. And you know, it's not you and it's not me, it's the big oil companies, it's the profiteering corporations. It is the people that care more about making a dollar than they care about their grandchildren. This is what's happening in our country, in our world today. And people, you're going to have to, sooner rather than later, stand up and take a stand about it, because this has got to stop. We have got to not just stop the Dakota Access Pipeline, we have to stop every pipeline. We have to put money into alternatives. We have to create sustainable alternatives that are going to serve us for eternity. This is what we got to do. We are the human race. For God's sakes, we're smart. We can do this. We just need to take the money and the time and the talent, put it together in one place, and make it happen. And that is the end of my rant. Thank you.